Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim. I own and run the Humble Hermit LLC. Come as you are, Oracle. Music Mama 80. I have 2 YouTube channels. One thriving TikTok that went semi-viral in May. 2 blogs. An Instagram. A Facebook. And a business Facebook. Last year I was told to come on here and tell my story of my life and some things that I have experienced. And this year, now, I finally got my act together to do it. So this is my story. At the beginning of 2022, hey, that's my neighbor talking to her dog, if you can hear that. At the beginning of 2022, I was very unhappy. I was not quite separated from my ex-husband, but we weren't sharing a room. I was sleeping in the guest room. I basically didn't want to have anything to do with him or our marriage. At work, I work in a warehouse. My full-time job is I work in a medical warehouse. And at work they give us these water bottles. We're only supposed to carry around water, but we can carry around water all day long. They provide us with water coolers, things like that, so we can refill them as often as we want. And hey, that's my neighbor yelling at her dog because she doesn't know anything else. One day I went into work and I took my Sharpie and I wrote a name on my water bottle that was not my own. And I walked around with that name on my water bottle for probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks, somewhere around there. And one day I was in the break room filling up my water bottle with water. And one of my favorite people in the warehouse, Mr. Rodriguez, baldest, baddest Puerto Rican there ever was, came up to me and said, "Whose name is that on your water bottle?" And I looked at him and I looked at my bottle and I smiled and I said, "You've never heard of the goddess of love?" And he goes, "Venus?" And I said, "That's one word." I said, "In Greek mythology, she was referred to as Aphrodite." I redid that marker on my water bottle for probably about 4 or 5 months. And then I didn't lose the bottle, but I needed a new one because that one was old, so I tossed it. And before I tossed it, I took the name off of the water bottle. And I got a new water bottle, and I didn't put the name on there. But it kind of stuck with me because, I don't know, I liked having that name on my water bottle. It was comforting, it was soothing, it was familiar. I've had many nicknames over the years. When I was a baby, my grandfather called me Bullet Head because I had a big head. And when I was born, they had to use one of those suction things to pull me out of there because I was a month late. I was supposed to be a Taurus baby. I was supposed to be born at the beginning of May 1980. And instead, I was born at the beginning of June. One of my old bosses at one of my old jobs nicknamed me Lovey. A woman that I trained to be a manager nicknamed me Sunshine. The ex-husband used to call me Sweetness. I actually have a tattoo that says Sweetness. I actually have a tattoo that says Lovey. I probably need a tattoo of like a bullet and maybe the word sunshine. Although I do have the sun tattooed on me. Sorry, it's a little hard for me to face the screen because my shoulder is killing me. If you can hear that, that's my cat at the door. The reason why I kept the name Aphrodite in my water bottle is because I believe in another lifetime, on another timeline, I was Aphrodite. You can call me crazy, or as my mom used to say, Nutsy Fagin. But that's what I believe. I believe there were many Aphrodites on many timelines in many lifetimes. Just like I believe there's many Kims on many timelines in many lifetimes. Last year when I started my TikTok account, I was watching primarily tarot because that's something that I became interested in. Well, I became reacquainted with. It's not, I always knew what it was. Like I said, I was the littlest kid on the block with a palm reading kit. But I was watching other things on TikTok as well. And I came across a creator who posted a video, and she said that she's received downloads in the past. And one of the downloads she received was that one day gods and goddesses will be brought back to power on earth to restore order and alignment. And that she said Aphrodite was already here. And when she said that, I started to cry. I've watched other creators, I've watched tarot readers mention just one day mention Aphrodite or goddesses. And every time it was just confirmation for me. People would look at me and say, well, you don't look like Aphrodite. And I would say, no, tell me what Aphrodite looks like. Aphrodite was very cocky, beautiful and cocky. Aphrodite had a contract with God, you see. And because in her first life, she's very vain and cunning and thought she was all powerful, like many of the gods and goddesses. Her contract was to come to Earth, and every time thereafter experience things that she never experience things that humans should never have to experience, and still leave this earth happy and loving and caring and giving and beautiful. In every lifetime, she fell a little short. Until this one. Her last lifetime. Because she endured horrific experiences at the hands of man and women. Strangers, loved ones, friends of 30 years. And she's still beautiful, inside and out. in every way that counts. And that is breaking a generational curse. This was part 20.